Hi friend, we are living in a world that is increasingly polarized and violent, and we see this kind of pandemic most clearly in our own national life of social unrest and racial hatred. I pray that the church in the US will not be drawn into this cycle of dehumanization and destruction. Romans 12:68 can help the church claim its calling for the good of the world. Paul believes that humanity cannot save itself. But the good news is that everyone can receive the Spirit of God when they participate in dying and rising with Christ. The reception of God's Spirit has no room for pride and prejudice, for the Spirit is God's powerful presence gifted to believers so that they can serve the body of Christ, the society, and the state. We cannot feed our egos. We need to feed our inner lives as we walk with God. The gifts of the Spirit are not about virtues of self-cultivation. They are not about human achievement. We cannot earn a gift, but we can share it as we use it to multiply its blessings to more people. So here are the 7 gifts. 1. The gift of prophecy is mainly about forth-telling, that is, critical teaching and bold preaching to warrant changes for a better future in sync with kingdom values. We desperately need this gift now in a world that is so broken, uncertain, and painful for many. Number 2, the gift of service is a gift to overcome narcissistic individualism and self-absorbed freedom. I wonder if American individuality is what the New York Times calls the cult of selfishness. In contrast, the gift of service here is in serving others, not ourselves. We cannot be priests to ourselves. We need others to be priests to us, and we to them. 3. The gift of teaching is the courage and wisdom to speak the truth rather than remain tone deaf to people crying out for God's justice and mercy in our neighborhood. 4. The gift of exhortation is offering medicinal and uplifting suggestions to overcome the human impulse to tweak messages of fear, suspicions, or bigotry. 5. The gift of giving is about sharing resources generously rather than living in greed or accepting the dogma of fear and lack. 6. The gift of leading refers to visionary, thoughtful, and empowering leadership, especially in our current world of leadership crisis. 7. The gift of cheerful compassion refers to the joy and empathy that glue community together. Without this, communities will be torn apart. My friends, remember there are more than 7 gifts of the Spirit, as different lists are given in 1 Corinthians 12-14 and Ephesians 4. And therefore your gift of the Spirit may not be explicitly listed here, but it is nevertheless from God for the good of your community. So you think of serving in God's ministry. Do you know who you are? Do you know whose you are? And what gifts God has given you for the blessing of this world?